two worlds best known for their ability to let you choose your own adventure have come together to not let you choose.
Hello everyone, MSW here, and today we are looking at the LEGO Minifigures set number 66765, the D&D or Dungeons & Dragons Minifigures 6-pack box set. This set was launched in September of 2024, retailed for $29.99 USD, has about 57 pieces, and comes with 6 random minifigures. Let's get into it. So this is a different review than usual. This is, I think, the first time I've done a review that didn't involve like a buildable set. This only includes minifigures. So instead of focusing on the building part, we'll focus more on kind of the unboxing experience. And overall, it's 6 boxes within a box. That's about it. It is interesting that they don't save packaging or instructions by not including the separate boxes. Each box includes 6 boxes, which means each one includes 6 instruction manuals, even though only one instruction manual is supposed to be necessary to make the minifigure. It is weird that they don't save on packaging or instructions by putting them all into one box. I'm sure it is technically easier to already have the made sets in boxes, put them all into a bigger box. That does make sense, and rather than pulling them out of the assembly line and stuffing them into a separate box. But for a company that says they want to move to cardboard over plastic and save resources and things like that, using less cardboard is also a good thing, so I'm surprised they're continuing to do that. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is, and on the bright side, we get 6 minifigures. And speaking of minifigures, oh boy, as someone who plays D&D, these are really fun minifigures. So going in order, the first one I opened up was actually the one that I really wanted, so yay for me, I guess. I got the Mind Flayer. Basically, he's a squid, Cthulhu man-looking thing. It's a very iconic icon from the world of D&D, and the figure does look amazing. I love the custom molded head, and the nice printed arms and torso looks great. It also comes with a custom skirt piece with a nice printing on it as well, which I think was a smart move since, you know, these guys are kind of supposed to be spooky people in D&D, and regular legs just wouldn't quite fit right. I think the cloak look is a lot better. This also comes with a little 4-legged brain guy. He's known as an intelligence devourer. This little guy is a new custom piece for LEGO, and it's probably another reason this minifig is one of the most popular out of this minifig series. And one of the best parts of this little guy is you can actually attach it to a minifig head, which I think is just like the D&D world. I actually don't know if that's how they feed on people, if they jump onto people's heads, but I mean, hey, LEGO saw a cool opportunity and did it, so I'm okay with it. The next minifigure I opened up was the Dwarf Barbarian. This figure is definitely what it's supposed to be, but also is nothing crazy or stands out compared to some of the other minifigs in the series. Not to say it's a bad one, just doesn't quite stand out compared to the others. I do like the use of the smaller but movable legs, and the battle axe is a nice weapon, especially for a barbarian. You do get to choose between 2 face options, and like some of the other D&D minifigures, whether in the set that came out or more minifigs that we'll look at later, it comes with 2 separate heads. One head is masculine and the other is feminine, both including 2 different faces on each side. Knowing that in the world of D&D you make the character, allowing you to pick your preference for the figure, I think it's a super nice touch and it works really well, so thank you LEGO. The third minifig I got was the Elf Bard, and this is about as good as you can get for what makes a good D&D bard. The elf ears, though a little obvious compared to what an elf ear actually looks like, are, I think, more fitting for the D&D kind of elves compared to when the head pieces with ears are meant to be for like Tolkien elves. That makes them look a bit cartoonish. I think the D&D scheme works, and over the years they have gotten better at not making them too over the top. The color scheme is really nice, and I love the new loot piece they come with. I love whenever we get more instruments from LEGO, and this loot piece is really nice. The gold saber is a nice touch too. I get they wanted a weapon, though as a bard, I would have maybe preferred another instrument, maybe like a lute or a horn. I don't know, something more musical, if that makes sense. Like the barbarian, there are 2 head options for this minifigure, one masculine and one feminine, and both sides either have a nice smile or smirk, or is singing. It's a bard, so, I mean, yeah, duh, that makes perfect sense. The 4th minifigure I got was the Aarakocra Ranger. And this is probably my 2nd favorite minifigure out of the bunch I got, and for good reason. The custom head looks awesome. I love the more eagle beak look. The bow has a more unique look. I like that it's got more like a unique like ranger kind of look to it. The wings, though big, are a nice touch. Makes it feel like an Aarakocra. Aarakocra? Is that? Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce Aarakocra. But I think the coolest part of this figure has to be his legs. The fact that they were able to make them still Lego legs, but have the so-called knees bending the other way to make it look more like a, well, Aarakocra is really cool. I think this figure will be sought out just for those legs alone, and definitely is like, just adds to the coolness of this minifigure. They also come with a cute little dog companion, like a ranger hunting dog or something like that, which I think for the Lego animal community is going to be a must-have. He's all so tiny and cute. But yeah, overall, just a really solid, unique figure, and I think I'm really happy to get this one. The last 2 figures I got are kind of surprising, if I'm being honest. Unlike the other figures that we've seen, whether it's a creature from D&D or they're characters that you would like homebrew and make yourself, the next 2 characters like have names and titles. I think, if I remember correctly, they're from the D&D lore. I am a player of D&D, but I don't know the lore that well to know if that's the case. So bear with me if I get these 2 guys wrong, but here we go, I guess. The 5th one is Shazaz Tam. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. He's apparently a well-known necromancer lord in the world of D&D. Again, I don't know if he is or not, but hey, it's cool, I guess, and to their credit, it is a cool minifigure. It definitely pulls off that necromancer look. I like the bone armor and the robe kind of look he's got. Him casting fireball in one of his hands just makes perfect sense. A fire attack as a necromancer. Yeah, it's not exactly the most common one, but everyone knows fireball, so gotta put it in somewhere. And I do really love the red transparent skull that he carries. I will say it is a little hard to tell if it is a skull unless you get the lighting just right. But once you do, you'll see the face, and it's a very good piece. And the last minifigure I opened up was the Vampire Lord Strad von Zarovich? Oh, these names are gonna kill me. Another name that I don't know, but still a cool minifigure nonetheless. He has 2 faces to choose from, a calm, simple smile, smirk, as a lord should have, and of course another face for when he's about to eat his lunch. The use of a more medieval, like, long sword definitely fits with this character. A lot of vampire lords have, like, long swords that are, like, cursed and things, so that was great. Though I'll definitely say the wine glass as another accessory is kind of questionable. I guess he'd like some blood for the go, I guess. I don't know. It was an interesting choice for sure, but hey, you got a cup. That's cool, I guess. He also comes with a small rat friend, which does make sense in the D&D world since rats can be summoned by vampires there, depending on the version that you're playing, so it makes sense. And I mean, hey, more animals in Lego, I think there's always a win. I'm never mad when a new animal or a new texture for an animal comes out. So yeah, overall, at the end of the day, these are just really fun minifigures, especially if you already are into D&D, or if you're even into maybe medieval or anything like that. These are just awesome minifigures to throw into a world, and the different heads to pick masculine or feminine, or the different kind of creatures that you get, it feels like D&D, and I think Lego did a great job doing that. If you like any of these minifigures, I would definitely recommend you go out and pick them up. However, the bigger question that I think needs to be answered is, do I recommend getting the 6-pack? And that answer is a bit more complicated. Now, if you're like me, and you just wanted to get some random minifigures because you like D&D and you don't really have a preference, then I say totally go for the 6-pack. Just do it. It's about $5 a figure versus the $6 you'd have to pay if you bought 6 individual figures. And I mean, part of the fun of opening them is not knowing what you're going to get. And with that said, that randomness is definitely part of the deal. You don't know what you're going to get in the 6-pack. And so if you're looking for a figure specifically, I can't recommend the 6-pack. Unlike the single packs, there are QR codes on the bottom and a bunch of third-party apps that let you scan them, and it basically tells you what minifigure you're going to get. Whoever made these third-party apps, just thank you, because they have been a godsend for people who just want to get a specific figure. But with all that said, the 6-pack doesn't let you do that. The 6-pack sadly is blocked off until you open the box and you see which ones you pull out. You can technically still scan them once you open the box because they're just individual boxes within the box, but at that point you've opened it up and you've paid for it. And another factor that people don't think about is 6-pack also could mean duplicates. Based on what I've seen on internet and posts, I got lucky to get 6 different individual minifigures within the 6-pack. You could get duplicates of the same, which for some people is going to be nice, and there's definitely ways to make them more unique with the multiple head options or the faces, but for some people, you can only have so many vampire lords before you run out of space. So, at the end of the day, if you are after a particular minifig, don't get the 6-pack. Use the third-party resources to find the one you want and get the one you want, because at the end of the day, the one you want is going to be awesome, and you don't want to spend an extra $25 just to potentially not get the minifigure in the first place. But if you like the mystery part that comes with the minifigure collections series, then I don't see a reason to not get the 6-pack, especially since right now at the time of the recording, which is around Christmas, they are about 20% off, like all over the place. Amazon, Lego.com, everywhere. But whichever way you go, these minifigures are really cool, and if you like D&D, whether you're looking for one in particular or you just want a bunch at random, I say definitely go for it. And that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video. Comment down below how you feel about these minifigures. Do you agree with my takes? Are they the best things ever, or could they be better? I want to know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more LEGO content. Thank you all again for watching. I truly appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.